What you must know before you start an intimate relationship. Right, greetings to you and welcome to Being and Living with Gigi. So today I have made a list of basic and important points that I'm going to share with you. The first one is having self-awareness. Self-awareness is knowing who you are, knowing your person. It is knowing your value and worth. It is equally recognizing your strengths and weaknesses. So it guides you to knowing what you can stand and what you cannot, accommodate. The second one is self-management. Now, self-management is having a consciousness of yourself. It is having your emotions under control. It is being able to adapt to changing circumstances in the relationship, because in relationship, one thing that is constant is that things will continue to change. The third one is having a level of social skill. And one of the social skills that is very important is communication. And communication is being able to share your concerns appropriately, and equally having the skill to listen to somebody else. Communication goes both ways, so it has to be what you're saying and the ability for you to listen to what the other person is saying. Now, the third one is the ability to resolve problems, like conflict resolution, to manage situations. So now this is very important, because when conflict sets in relationship, you should be able to handle it carefully and properly in the right way without it escalating. And all these things I have mentioned actually fall into the group of emotional intelligence. So I just broke them into bits for you to understand. Right. I would like you to, understand how important it is to have these qualities in you, before you even start to get yourself involved into any kind of intimate relationship. Now, there is a very short video clip I would like you to see so that you can understand the importance of this. Take a look and have a listen.
You will perish. You can Jesus! Where is my daughter? Where is my daughter? Where is my daughter? What have you done? What have you done? What have you done? Where is Ijeoma? Who has done this? Let go, church. You must die. You must die. You must die. My God, come and intervene.
The video you just watched showed family members who are on a court premises crying and wailing, calling out and asking, where is Ijeoma? Now, Ijeoma is their daughter. One of them happened to be the mother of Ijeoma, who was killed last year, November. Can you even imagine the pain that these people are going through? I remember how I felt the first couple of days that I saw this. It is heart-wrenching. I can't imagine, the grief they are going through right now as a result of their daughter's death. May Ijeoma's kids so rest in peace. Now, let me give you detail of what this story is all about. Ijeoma is a makeup artist and she goes to do people's makeup. So 11th of November last year was one of the days she went out to do, you know, makeup on someone, and she did not return. Now, when she didn't come home, they sent out a report for missing persons, and that was when we saw it all over the internet, you know, asking people to please search and find Ijeoma. So, but after she went missing, her corpse was now found on the street in Enugu State, just abandoned somewhere. But another thing again was that she was covered in acid as well. So the Enugu State Police decided to investigate the situation. Now the investigation, you know, started last year, November, and this year they came up with 2 suspects. Now these 2 suspects happen to be siblings by name Chiamaka and Emeka Ifezwe. So that is the scenario you saw in that video. They actually brought the suspects to court hearing today. Not today, a couple of days ago, but it was this week. And when the hearing had finished, and they've already adjourned the matter to continue at the end of the month on the 24th. And that's, you know, when they came out of the court that the mother of Ijeoma and some family members started to cry. Now, according to sources that I'm going to link in my description, it said when the suspect was asked, you know, being questioned about what happened and the situation, she said that the deceased was having an affair with her man. And I'm just wondering, is that enough to kill her the way they killed her? And they killed her in such, well, allegedly, because they haven't been certified guilty or anything. So right now, they are suspects, allegedly. But when they were questioned, the lady said she had an affair and slept with her man. And they went ahead to give details of how they lured her. The Chiamaka pretended to be the one who wanted the makeup to be done on. And so she came to do the job. But rather, Chiamaka and her brother forced her to drink a very poisonous substance, which killed her or something. And then they carried her and abandoned her on the street. But as if that was not enough, according to, you know, witness from sources that I'm linking in the description, the brother, Emeka, went further to get the acid and covered her body in the acid as well, kind of trying to melt her body or something. But sorry, is a mouthful and is very sad at the same time. But there is no way there's no way I would tell you about this without mentioning basic things so that you understand, you know, where this information is going. This scenario proves that having emotional intelligence is a requirement to building relationship or to even further sustain it. It is vital. Now, reflecting on the suspect who allegedly killed Ijeoma, we could see that she showed signs of insecurities, failure, depression maybe, disappointment, and rejection because the boyfriend left her for someone else. And that's why all these things compounded to possibly knocking off all her confidence and self-esteem and self-worth. She lost, you know, seeing value in herself, and that's why she was able to resort to handling the situation the way she did, which was bad. I'm reflecting on the boyfriend or said boyfriend. For now, he is not in the picture, but probably somewhere chilling. But what we know about him is that because of him, someone has been murdered. And because of him also, 2 suspects possibly face prison time. And reflecting on the deceased ijeoma, well, I would say that unfortunately she is unable to speak for herself, but I keep wondering if she had any idea that the same that if she knew that the lady was linked to the man that she was dating. Could she have known and maybe thought that they have kind of closed their relationship and ended it? I don't know, but this thing crosses my mind. But what I would like to say about this is, so if anyone is undergoing a similar situation of having lost a sense of value for themselves, I will encourage you to adopt the approach of a theorist, Albert Bandura, on self-efficacy. Now, self-efficacy is simply having the willingness to have a different perspective on issues of life. For example, in this case study of how the boyfriend treated the suspect, rather than feel worthlessness because the suspect did not respect you, did not notice your worth or your value, see it as a red flag and let it be a stepping stone for you to turn around and leave it, so you can, find yourself people who would value you, so you can make better choices, rather than beat yourself up for him to disrespect you being with you and still having an affair with somebody else. You could equally tell yourself that it's not your fault, but that you will find someone who values you, and change your perspective to having like high expectation of yourself rather than your confidence being knocked out. Now, Bandura explains that when you do so, it helps you to further lead into, having a positive behavior towards the situation. So when you develop a positive behavior and attitude, it will in turn manifest into a positive outcome, which is a positive result that you want. So this is all I have got for you today. Thank you for watching this video, and I would like you to tell me what you think about this video in the comment section, and equally share this video and subscribe. Thank you.